You.
Welcome to Kahwa World Talks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Well, my name is Matthias Kuhn. I originate from Hamburg, Germany. And here in Dubai, I'm running distribution network, and also I'm educated as a water expert.
Okay.
My professional background, I derive from hospitality industry. I study hotel management in a 5-star grand hotel. So I'm also familiar with coffee and teas and all of these things having to do with water.
Thank you. Uh, if we talk about the relation between coffee and water,
Okay, so I think when you look at a cup of coffee, 98% is water. So that's the main ingredient, and basically, and also the quality of water decides about the quality of the taste of the coffee. So the water solves all the ingredients, all the aroma from the ground coffee during the brewing process. So it's important if you have good water, then you can have good coffee.
what do you mean by good water?
So from my perspective, good water is empty water. So water that does contain as minimum amount of minerals or any other things. So to be mostly empty. Compare it to riding the metro, for example. If the metro enters the station, it's fully crowded. You cannot get into the metro anymore. So if the water is already full with minerals and other stuff, it cannot solve the aroma from the ground coffee, from the coffee powder. So this is our approach towards water.
Okay, for me, but as a normal consumer,
You're right.
I don't know this philosophy behind the water and
Right.
the coffee,
Right.
and how to choose my water.
So one indicator, so if you buy bottled water from the store, is to look at the TDS. That's the total of dissolved substances in the water. And the lower the TDS, the purer the water, the less minerals are in the water. Yeah,
Okay.
some people say you need minerals, so you buy mineral water, which from my perspective doesn't really make sense because the molecules of the minerals in the water are way too big for your body to absorb them. So if you want to have minerals for your body, eat fresh vegetables, fruits, etc. So minerals always need to be combined with organics.
Okay. So, يعني as a normal consumer, يعني when I am trying to make my coffee,
Yeah,
so from your perspective, I have to take care first of all about the water that I am going to use.
right, right.
Okay. Now I am يعني I'm not that expert in the water, not expert in the coffee. For
Right.
me, it's just a normal water. يعني I can just take the water and drink my coffee. Most of us are using boiling water.
Right.
Is there any differences between the temperature of the water when you're making coffee?
So depending on the brewing method.
Okay.
If you ever use an AeroPress or you use a V60 or you use a bean to cup machine. So the bean to cup machines mostly they are adjusted about the water temperature. If you use a V60, so traditional brewing, it should be something like 96 degrees Celsius and not too hot because when the water is too hot, you can basically burn also the coffee. But this only could happen in a bean to cup machine because there the water temperature can go above 100 degrees Celsius because it's also pressurized and there's steam involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard that you will be part of the UA Airpress Championships 2025 next month.
It's not me. It's a friend of mine who's taking part in this championship.
And that
We are providing most probably the water for this.
you are providing the water.
I'm providing water because you can win a championship by just choosing the right water that you're using. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the. Do you think, يعني, from your experiences, do the people here in the UAE in the region understand the importance of water for the coffee?
I think they understand. I think they get the idea more and more. It's just a challenge to get good water here.
Ah,
So if you think of all the bottled water that you buy, it mostly comes in plastic bottles.
Yes.
And if you make the maths and you think that the water also solves some of the plastic out of the bottle, if you drink plastic bottled water on a regular basis, you're basically eating up the amount of plastic like one credit card per month. So you would not eat a credit card, but that's the amount of plastic you ingest into your body by drinking bottled water from plastic bottles. So having water from glass bottles, it's more beneficial for your body, and also having a good quality of water.
Okay. And if I have a good quality water,
Yeah.
but I have not that much good quality of coffee.
Okay, for sure. That's a very good point to touch it. So if you want to have a really good coffee, for sure, you go to your trusted coffee dealer or go to someone who's a coffee expert and can give you recommendations on coffee. And then when you combine the good coffee with the good water, you have the best outcome. So it depends on the different components that you combine together. Sure.
Okay. Finally, if I ask you to give some advice for the consumer and for the coffee companies, what
Yeah.
will be this advice?
So for the consumer, if you have the opportunity to produce your own water, it saves you a bunch of money. And like using a filtration device, reverse osmosis, etc. There are different brands on the market, and get some consultation on that as well. There is also some device on the market. It's a filtration system, but it's basically doing nothing. But then there is very high sophisticated filtration systems, energizing the water, decluttering it, restructuring the water, and all of this stuff. So it's very easy for your body to absorb the water, to bring the water to the cells. And so this is the approach that I mentioned about the empty water in the beginning, because the main function of water in our body is to flush out all the things that do not belong to your body. So like taking out the garbage, basically.
Yes.
And so this could be the advice. And also when you have a filtration device, you can always trust that you have the best possible water available. You can store it in a glass bottle then at home and not using plastic bottles, and it saves you a bunch of money because you don't have to buy the water anymore.
Okay. For the companies, for the coffee companies.
For the coffee companies,
Yes.
I think for the coffee companies, okay, they are providing the coffee, and they maybe should give consultation and advice to their dealership and to the cafes and to the restaurant which water they could use to produce the best possible coffee. The coffee companies themselves, they can do from their end by providing the best possible coffee.
Thank you so much for being
It
with
was a
us.
pleasure meeting.